Yo, it's came from creation to elevation. So one thing I wanted to tell you guys is not to go back to the past relationships, past friendships, past habits, anything from the past. If you strive for growth, if you strive to achieve and elevate change within your life, one thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna have to stop doing old things, you know? You're gonna have to stop those old habits that stop you from becoming that version of you. You're gonna have to cut off those old friends who hinder you and resonate with the old version of you spiritually. You're gonna have to leave that workplace that you started at. You wanna know why? Because the fact that you have the desire to change means that spiritually there has been a change within you. And you can either allow yourself to change, you can either go out and place yourself in that new thing. Go try to experience new things so you can act upon that desire, or you can remain comfortable like the rest of the people within this world. Elevation is not a thing of comfortability. Change is not a thing of comfortability. If you are comfortable in an environment, if you are comfortable around your friends, you are comfortable with certain habits, that means there is no growth. That means you are remaining the same. The thing is, the reason why I want to tell you guys not to go back to anything in the past is because it hasn't changed. You've already experienced that thing. A lot of people have this perception that time changes things. Time could go far. It could be 10 years and a person can remain the same, have the same old habits unless they choose to change within themselves. One thing you must understand is the moment you start to change, the moment you start to change your habits and your desires, you will not resonate with the people around you. You will not resonate with your current, like your present. So the current moment that you are within. Everything that you built in the past, you will not resonate with it anymore. So you might have this one friend and you guys started hanging out because you engaged in this behavior. And after a while, after some time, you realize this is something I don't want to do. You've already experienced it. You've suffered the consequences. Now you're sitting down reflecting, and this is not something I want for myself. Where is this going to get me in 5 to 10 years? And you change. The thing is, people in our past, sometimes they have a hard time understanding and accepting our change. And that's reason number one, because they won't accept the change sometimes. Sometimes people think that you're faking. When I elevated within my mind, when I elevated within my lifestyle and really set out to achieve and be successful, a lot of the people around me thought I was faking. They thought I was putting up a facade. They didn't believe that this would be something that would occur consistently. And because of that disbelief within me, it stunted my growth. Because I put myself in an environment around people who couldn't believe that I could change. And if somebody cannot believe that you can change and elevate, if you are striving for success, if you want this and that, if you have dreams, ambitions, if they cannot believe that you can change as a person, how will they believe in your dreams? How will they were the type of people, if I came up to them and said, hey man, I want to live differently, I want to do this, I want to do that, they would laugh at me for having that view, because they couldn't see the vision, they couldn't see who I could become. And if I didn't have the mental strength, and if I didn't have the knowing of self to tell myself, I know who I am and I know what I'm capable of, and go out and get it, I would have been stuck. You would have never talked to me. The way you're seeing me right now, this person would have never lived if I allowed myself to stay in that same environment with those people who couldn't believe that I could be something greater. I'll give you this analogy. The thing about life is, or let's the tree analogy. Let's do the tree analogy. So I have a container, correct? This is where my tree is going to be. My tree is going to be within this container. So now I have all these friends. The container is my past, work, relationships, things that I've experienced. I plant the tree, and with time, the tree grows. It continuously grows. And one thing I'll tell you is about trees, if you water it well, you put it in a good place, put it in a good environment, it'll grow continuously. So once you start working on yourself, once you start growing as a person, the thing with trees is they don't stop growing no matter what container you put them in. So if I put it in a container this small, once the tree roots will start growing out of it, and it'll start breaking. And what will happen is, once the container breaks, you have to move the tree. You have to put the tree into a new container, a bigger container. You have to move yourself into a new environment, a better environment, around better people, better things. And in that environment, you grow yourself again. The thing is, you can never take the tree out, this big container that it just grew into, and put it back into the old, because it won't fit. The moment you try to put the tree back into its old container, it'll die, because it's outgrown that thing. It's outgrown it to the point to where if you put it back there, it won't have enough space to grow, and it'll die. And that's what a lot of you guys try to do. And that's what a lot of you guys do or want to do. You guys want to grow, but stay in the same place. Be around the same people. Does that make sense? You want to change, but you're not changing the things that you're doing. You're not changing the people that you're around. So you want to know what happens? You die. You die. Because you're not implementing change spiritually, you're dying. Because you're not going out and doing what you desire, the calling upon you to elevate, the calling upon you, the desire within you to change. Because everything happens spiritually before it happens physically. When you have dreams, when you have visions, when you have this desire to be different, it's because there's been a change within your spirit. There's something within, there's something that you're doing that you can no longer resonate with. Bad habits that you can no longer resonate with. Things that you used to believe that you cannot resonate with. And the thing is, sometimes we truly connect ourselves to people that we are alike. Ooh. People don't understand that, bro. If you're trying to change, you no longer have the desire to do this old thing that you used to do. The thing is, the people around you are going to have to change. Because I want this within my life, and you want this within your life. Our values don't align. And light and dark cannot mix. You light a lamp within a dark place, what happens? It lights the whole room up. For example, I'm sitting in darkness, but once I turn the light on, all the darkness around me disappears. And that's the way it is with people. You have to surround yourself with like-minded individuals, and you have to put yourself in the environment to grow. If you stay in the same environment and think that there's going to be a change within your life, no, there will not be a change. Yes, there will be a change if you have the will to work, but the thing is, if you remove yourself and went out and experienced those new things, put yourself in a new environment, you would learn way quicker. You would elevate way quicker, because you don't have those things, peoples, and places holding you back. You're not thinking what Kyle's doing or what Kyle's going to think when he sees you doing this, because Kyle's not around. So you're going to do it as you please. You're going to be yourself because you don't have somebody in your ear. Sometimes when you elevate and sometimes when you want to change, they won't accept it. Sometimes they'll encourage you to go back and do the same thing, experience the same thing. And if you already got out the cycle, if you've already experienced that thing, why would you put yourself back there? You're insane. That's insanity. Doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome is insanity. Going back to that toxic relationship just because they told you they changed and you expect something different, that is crazy. The fact that you even have the desire to go back to your past says that you haven't healed from your past. And you need to take some time to heal. There's a difference between resonating and having the desire to go back. Same thing with them jits who are like, oh, high school is so fun. I wish I could go back to high school. Okay, it's one thing to reminisce and acknowledge that you had a good experience, but it's another thing to want to go back to that thing. That means that you've stayed stuck. That means within your mind, you're stuck on that thing. You're stuck in that time frame, and that's something that you need to heal. The video was a lot longer than the first one, but I gotta get some things done. You know how it is. You are grinding, hustling, elevating. Continue to create, continue to elevate. Always make sure you have the mind of an evolving man, an evolving woman, and always strive for change. Always surround yourself with good people. And once you outgrow that container, put yourself in a new container. Put yourself in a new environment. Surround yourself with new people who can help you grow, help you change into who you need to be. It's creation and elevation. And, you know, it's came from creation and elevation. Love, light, peace. You know how it be.